Welcome to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. Samantha Markle has fired back against her estranged royal sibling in an interview with Tucker Carlson on Fox News this week, after the explosive series highlighted tensions between the family members. She also claims she barely knew Samantha, saying she hadn't seen her in over a decade, and that was only for a day and a half. Speaking to Carlson, Samantha described the six-part documentary as a series of lies, ripping into the Netflix special which she has previously labeled a floppumentary bordering on comedy. Samantha Markle, the half-sister of the Duchess of Sussex, has slammed her new Netflix docuseries as a 100 million fake news PR machine. The explosive series has highlighted tensions between Markle family members and details why Prince Harry and Meghan Markle stepped down from royal duties. "Wow, it's just been a series of lies and I can't believe we're essentially looking at a 100 million fake news PR machine," she said. "It's just projection at its finest, and it's almost comical. God, just so not true." Harry and Meghan contains a string of revelations and allegations about Harry's mother, Princess Diana, how the couple met, their first dates, unconscious bias in the royal family, and why the Sussexes had to quit royal duties in March 2020. But for Samantha, claims about their shared grandmother on Meghan's father's side, Doris Merida Sanders, was the last straw. "The whole grandmother thing, that just did it for us," Samantha said. "I think my grandmother would be rolling over in her grave if she saw that. Meghan didn't take care of her, she visited her." Samantha Markle has also refuted the closeness her royal sibling claims to have had with their grandmother in the series. Meghan is heard fondly recalling time spent with Queen Elizabeth II, commenting on how grateful she was to have a grandmother figure. Meghan claims she cared for her grandmother in her final years, something that Samantha refutes, adding she only visited. "I had a really great time with her. I treated her as my husband's grandma," knowing that of course there has to be a completely different sense of propriety and whatnot in public. Meghan describes the moments she shared privately with the second longest reigning monarch between engagements. "When we got into the car in between engagements, she had a blanket, and she put it over my knees, and we're sitting in the car with this blanket, and I thought, I recognize and respect and see that you're the queen, but in this moment I'm so grateful that there is a grandmother figure," she said. "Because that feels like family, and because I was so close with my grandmother and I took care of her in her final years." Samantha claims the royal did not have the closeness to their grandmother that she had described in the documentary. "She never made apple butter with her, because my grandmother was making apple butter, like, in the 1970s before Meghan was even born. So, it's been so far-fetched. It's like a tragic comedy, especially sadly for our family, and for the royals." When asked what advice she would give to Meghan's in-laws, Samantha urged Prince Charles to lay down the boundaries since the Duchess is an apathetic person. "I think it sets a dangerous precedent to let this go on," Samantha added. The Duchess of Sussex claims to have had no relationship with Samantha in the tell-all deep dive into her and Harry's pathway to stepping back from royal life. Samantha released a book about her sister last year titled The Diary of Princess Pushy's Sister, a memoir. Part 1. Meghan also claims she barely knew Samantha, saying that she hadn't seen her in over a decade, and that was only for a day and a half. "My half-sister, who I hadn't seen in over a decade, and that was only for a day and a half. Suddenly it felt like she was everywhere," Markle said in the series. "I don't know your middle name, I don't know your birthday. You're telling these people that you raised me, and that you've coined me Princess Pushy. I don't remember seeing her when I was a kid at my dad's house, if and when they would come around. The last time that I saw her, that I remember, when I was in my early 20s. I haven't had a fallout with her, we didn't have a closeness to be able to have that, and I wanted a sister." Samantha claims she was informed of an entrenched media. Thanks for watching the channel, Royally Rich Persons News. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell.